You're doing it
What?
again.
What am I doing again?
You know what you're doing.
I don't know what it is. I know nothing.
All right, guys, here we are again. We want to talk to you about a few things that we've dealt with over the last month. This is mostly dealt, I'm going to say 95% of the issues I'm going to start off talking about been in what we call Kathy's store, Madcap Toys Plus. And then we're going to answer about 3 questions that we received from CM. So
CM Retro
yeah,
Gaming.
And we want to give that. We want to give him kudos there and shout out. And we're going to answer or try the best we can. And your responses are welcome. If you've got some ideas, thoughts, concerns, something we missed, or something you've got to add via experience, etc., let us know in the comments below. But guys, what we're going to do is get started here real quick. Now, for you guys that are going to watch this video later, please remember we keep it limited pretty much to subscribers to the channel. The reason is not everybody's got to be subscribed as it was, but it's to limit who comments, because we want people that's going to deal with the topic at hand.
Exactly.
And not say, hey, I sold my cat over on Poshmark or whatever. Whatever the question is, right? We've had some goofy ones. All right. Yeah. So let's get going. I'm going to start off with a few return issues that we've had. And Kathy has had a total of 3 returns, even though it's really 2 because one was a multi-quantity separate order issue. And yeah, I'll explain that to you as we go, but I'm getting a little tired of this issue with eBay because it is really starting to, it's cheesing me off, to be honest with you, because I don't think it's fair. First off, let's go here.
Can they see us?
No, they can't see us, but they can do this.
They can see
right.
this, okay.
Okay, what we're going to talk to you about, guys, we had first off one order from one person. They can't see that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is on the other thing.
Okay.
That's why I do it.
Okay.
All right. But these are, as far as I'm aware, they are all the same color unless I'm missing some,
right.
Correct?
Still same.
And they're the same size. Correct?
Yes. No. 2 are medium and 2 are extra small.
Okay. So we had one buyer buy a total of 4 items, quantity 4. All right. And they're all called Boys Short Sleeve Performance Uniform Polo Shirts by Captain Jack. Cat and Jack.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this person bought them in multiple quantities, which it tells us automatic from the experience. Again, remember, 25 years here. Multiple quantities, that tells you, or should usually, and unless somebody's buying something for a school uniform,
right.
And usually that would be a private school uniform, that this is a business that has sold these items by taking somebody else's listings, i.e. in this case, ours, and listing, then they've sold them, and the deal has gone sideways.
Right.
Because all of a sudden out of the blue, it says, I want to send the item back. Now, how long did they have these items?
It wasn't very long on this one.
Yeah, and this one's not as long.
About a week-ish, maybe, I'm guessing now.
Okay, and these items were new products.
Brand new with tags.
Yeah, so usually when you see something like that, now it will happen. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, if somebody's got a private school kid and they buy and they've got to have uniforms, yeah, they'll buy stuff like this. But most of the time when you get multi-quantities of an item, it's a reseller, smaller, that doesn't want to keep the inventory in stock, but want to use somebody else's inventory.
And I noticed something too, just to quip in.
Yeah.
I noticed that they put return shipped on one part of it, but waiting for buyer ship item on the other part of it. Yeah. Yet they stated that all 4 didn't fit.
Yeah. So there's multi things you as a seller will learn as you go along. And we say that because most of you elder sellers already know, but the newer guys don't. So take your time when you're dealing with stuff like this, guys, because you're going to find lots of shenanigans that take place on eBay, multi-return quantities. A lot of times we've had it even where people have taken and had multi-quantities, try to get a refund on all the items, and they'll send one of this and one of that.
Yeah. And
so you just got to be really, really careful. And I've had it where they've sent this and that, put them together, ship out one group, and keep half of the group from both. So you got to be careful on that.
Madness.
So excuse me, I'm still dealing with that coughing issue. So please forgive me for that interruption. But we have a problem with this because I'm going to go here. I'm just going to go approximate refunds here. If I'm reading it right, we're looking at about $21, $22. Depends on how it goes and what all happens, and then shipping, etc., and so forth.
Yeah.
I personally believe, let me know in the opinions below, that when people buy multi-quantities, especially when usually these are resellers using another reseller's inventory, I think sellers ought to be flagged on that, as in the buyers that are buying it and sending it back, because this is clearly abuse of system and abuse of returns. I know some people agree, some people won't. Usually people that don't are the reseller of reseller products. But guys, when you've got a total quantity of 4 items and they're all coming back and they's all mint with tags,
yep.
Unused, some of them in plastic. Was these in
all
plastic?
All of them were unused
in plastic. Okay. Then there's a problem.
Yep.
Because this is clearly abuse. Now, if it was one product you want to send it back, don't fit your little boy, little girl. Okay, we understand. No, nobody likes a return, but you deal with what you deal with, right?
I will be honest with you. These polo shirts are true to size.
Yes.
I have sold several of these before, and I've never had a problem until this very moment.
But so what do you think on that? eBay, I think they need to still shore up the return policy a little bit, because we usually get, and we've had this before not long ago, I think it was last month or the month before, we had a multi-quantity return. Everything was new. Everything was with tags. And here it comes.
Here it comes.
And, it's like, look, dude, I'm sorry. This is bull roar. You know, I mean, come on. Why would you buy more than one? If you want to buy one and see if it fits him or her, sleeves, etc. Okay, I get that. But two and two,
I don't think that
it's got to smell.
It's got to smell.
Second issue we had with a return, person kept it, I believe Kathy said yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, 29 days.
29 days.
And this is one of those really stupid returns that's really upsetting to me. It's an exercise TV presents Incredible Abs Volume 2 DVD set.
And it's not because the DVD had anything wrong with it. They just didn't like the workout, but they didn't put remorse or
they put down.
They put item not as described.
And here's the thing: you kept it for 3 weeks.
Yes.
All of a sudden now magical blue, which tells me you used it trying to lose weight, firm up your abs. I don't know what the situation is, but all of a sudden now that you're done with it, through with it, got to go back to work because you just had a baby. I don't know. But I don't want it no more, so I want my money back. We have seen a little bit of an increase in this where people keep something right up to the day and then want to send it back. And they'll say all of a sudden it's not as described because eBay's got this bull crap return policy that anything else is pretty much not as covered as not as described. Well, when you're telling me I just didn't like the product because it didn't work for me like I wanted it to, that's not because the product isn't described. We showed you what you would get. We told you what you'd get. And it's not described in your opinion because you didn't like doing the workout, or you did the workout till you felt you went to the nth level, and now you need somebody else's CD to move on to the next level. So, DVD, sorry. But so tell me, have you guys noticed any kind of increase in returns as of late? Because we haven't all the time, but it comes in ebbs and flows, it just gets a little old to me. But we're going to move on to what is going on right now and that what we want to talk about. So let me get rid of this. And by the way, these 3 items or 5 items, I think we took a discount on the boys' shirts.
So there's a possibility.
I don't remember the amount, but yeah.
I'm worried about going through that right now at the moment.
We're not going to go through that. Excuse me. I'm going to get off here, get back where you can see me.
We're back in Panther's
yes, we are. He's ready for dinner. That cat's ate 4 times today.
Way more than both of us put together.
But then we are going to go over, if I can, to this position. Try to get it where it don't start talking. Hopefully.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Yes, I do.
You know how it goes.
All right, let's pull this up, guys. Okay, we've got a question. I'm going to get up and give him something real quick. You can start reading it off.
Okay, so we got a comment, and so CM Retro Gaming, if you're around or will be seeing this video, hello. Wanted us to talk about some stuff about the new eBay policy. So you guys from the eBay Open event, if you haven't already, looked through the stuff or you listened to the eBay Open event, you probably have maybe some questions or don't know exactly what's happening or what they talked about. But we're going to kind of go over some of this stuff and just share our opinions on it and so forth. So he had mentioned, how do you feel about the new eBay policies from the eBay Open event? And here, Daren's coming back now.
The lions are fed.
Yeah, so the lions are fed. So Buffy and Panther have early supper. It's been the fourth time they've ate.
They have been eating a lot. Yeah.
All right. So number one, sellers get a positive feedback on complete successful sales after 7 days if the buyer hasn't left feedback. So Darren, what do you think about that?
I like it. I have been advocating. I have been on with eBay online when we talked to him on the phone multiple times, not as of late. Okay. It's probably been what, 9 months, a year. Last time I talked to him when I called in about an issue, and many of you will have noticed I haven't gone on about eBay all the time because a lot of times, it just seemed like it went in whoever's ear and out the other, and never got to whoever needed to fix the product issue.
Yeah.
But I have advocated and told them over and over again and complained because they kept saying, and we never had a problem with this, but it still bugged me. Because right now our average is anywhere from 20% to 30% at most of feedback on completed transactions. And we have advocated that people get automatic feedback like we do on Macari. I think we do on Poshmark.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure, we don't get it on District, do we? I don't know. I don't remember District's policies right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But I have advocated every time I talk to the people at eBay for automatic feedback, or we should get the feedback sometime. I didn't care if it's within 3 days or 30 days.
Right.
But I think sooner or later that rating should be given. If the person hasn't had a negative experience, which most people that are real sellers on eBay will not give their customers a negative experience.
Right.
We accept returns. We try to give feedback.
Right.
We take, and if you've got something you don't like it, what else can you do other than a return, right?
Exactly.
And give a refund. A lot of times we even give refunds on items that we ought to not do until we get an item returned. But I believe if you've done all you can do and you're abiding by all the eBay policies that a seller can abide by,
right?
You're a power seller, as it used to be. But nowadays they don't have that term. But I mean, you're doing what they used to say you needed to do to be there. Right. I think you really should get that automatic feedback. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think the feedback should not be in 30 days. I think it should be within 3 days. This thing of somebody keeping an item, like I just told you, and the reason I brought those items in and the issues we've been having, most of the time we'll have people keep something 29 days or even 30 days and try to get a refund.
Craziness.
Some people will miss it by a day window because they'll wait 31 or the next month or whatever the case is. But it's like, after I've given you so long, I mean, you should know if you want a product within 3 days.
Right.
I mean, if I buy something off Amazon, come on.
Right.
I don't hardly, Kathy can tell you, she'll get mad sometimes. I never return nothing. I can't remember the last thing I've ever returned of anything.
I don't even remember anything I've ever returned.
Yeah.
Really.
And to me, if you buy it and all of a sudden you don't like it, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
Some people disagree with that, but I'm just saying I'm going to the far extent, right? But I do believe that people should, and he's got a point. 7 days, if they haven't left feedback, at least a week, we should get feedback.
Right.
Because quite honestly, if you've got somebody on there that's using you as a seller, there ought to be consequences to somebody buying a product to resell it. I had to buy it. You had to buy it. You have to store it. I have to store it. We put it in inventory. It takes space. If they're going to play like they're a seller, shouldn't they have to have some kind of incurred risk with being a seller?
Okay, I got to quip really quick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a beautiful, wonderful world, guys? If they would retro this and go back to all of the transactions you've done, right? From the very beginning, you've opened your eBay store. What a wonderful world it would be.
Well,
you imagine the thousands that just
I looked at it.
It would
okay,
be
now
gorgeous.
this is a little high, but just roll us up to 30,000 feedbacks. Okay. Now, feedback giving and getting has got worse over the years. Yeah. So at one time when we first started, you get a feedback almost for everything. Then as time went by, it got less and less and less and less. And now you look, like I said, 20 to 30% at best. eBay wants to say 1 out of 3. Well, I don't know who the hell they're asking, but that ain't nowhere near what we've got. We haven't got anywhere near a third. Right. And it's not because our service is bad, because if you look at most of the feedback, it's good most of the time. Yeah. And I'll be quite honest with you. If we don't get feedback, it's just people who are frankly being lazy.
Right.
You know, or they're resellers selling your product.
That's right.
I mean, I'm sure many of you guys have seen that. Not a lot of people's going to want to admit it because this is the hidden secret sin of eBay. Right. But it is what it is. All right. You want to go to the next one, please?
Let's do it.
You have opinions before I cut into that.
Number one, yeah. Like I said, wouldn't it be a wonderful world if they retroed us and just said, here, you know, for instance, I won't go on long, but Madcap Toys Plus, at least in a year, has done over 700 transactions and
this is a bad year.
And I have 181 feedback. Wouldn't that be beautiful if they just said, here's the rest of them, and you had over 700 feedback?
Well, yeah, I mean, and you're talking the baby store, but I'm saying even with the main store, it's been a bad year. Right. And so our feedback would be down. But just imagine going back, like I said. And here's the thing. They'd say, oh, well, we can't do it. Yeah, you can. You can do anything you want. You know why? Because if it's successful, you made a successful sale, which, by the way, we sellers have paid for it. Right. So it's been successful. We ought to get that feedback retroactively, permanently.
Right.
Because you know what? This is what they should have done from the start. Because this thing, a good faith feedback just has not worked for the sellers. Good. Everything's based on feedback. Everything's based around it, period. So
it's true.
It should be retroactive. All right, go ahead with this one.
Number 2, they probably already read it all, but number 2, 3-day return policy on parts only items. No more of I thought I could fix it and send it back on the 29th day. Yeah. 3-day return policy on parts only items. So if they get some parts, they have 3 days after they receive it to return it, but not giving them the 30-day thing. I think that's wonderful. I think that's a great idea.
Well, you guys can chime in. I think the 30-day return period is bull.
It's crap.
eBay is not Amazon.
Right.
eBay is not the one taking the risk. You are. Right. I am. And look, I don't have a problem, like I said, with a return. Nobody likes it. Let's just be honest. Nobody likes it. Jeff Bezos don't like it.
Right.
If he did, he wouldn't keep changing his policies.
Exactly.
Okay. But 30 days is too long.
Right.
It gets owed when almost all of my returns are 28th, 29th, right at 30 days. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, you think something's done and buried. And all of a sudden, somebody's used the tire out of something. I had last month or the month before a set of brand new towels that were sent out, white, by the way. And they can't. No, they wasn't. They was floor rugs, weren't they?
They were floor rugs.
Floor rugs. Okay, yes. I apologize. But they were sent out, wrapped, everything to the person. Brand new. Plastic. Yes. Had to throw them both away. Because I got them both in, and one was somewhat okay. I might have been able to clean it, but I didn't want to go through it. I don't know what it was. The stuff that was on there looked like somebody wiped their feet in mud and grease, oil at a shop. Yeah. Sent it back from California, by the way. Sent it back and wanted a full refund. We didn't give them a full refund. They griped and complained. We gave them 50%, kept the original shipping, kept the return shipping, whatever, and did all we could do because I felt like that's abuse.
Yes.
I even had pictures of the product, showed them. Oh. And the fact is this, they took it as it was after a little griping, but the fact is they should not have done that. That is clear abuse. Something's mint and you take it out, you use it, obviously use it, send it back 27, 28 days later, and it's destroyed. Come on, new product. That's rip-off. That's an intended rip-off.
Well, here's the deal. Let's make a quick example. So probably 3 years ago, I went and my old dryer went out on us. So I thought, okay, I'm going to just buy an element on eBay, right? A heating element. Yep. Fix it myself. So they brought it in. I mean, I did my research. I always do research before I buy something. And come in, of course, it was fine. But think about it. I was ready. By the time it got in, I was ready to rip it open, take one out, put it in, and get our dryer back on.
Yep.
I didn't let it sit there for 30 days and say, oh, I'm going to now fix my dryer. So, yeah, they don't really need 30 days on a part to sit there and wait before they return it. So,
well,
I mean,
and even what I call partial returns, many of you may have faced this, multiple parts in a bag. Let's say you buy a lot of 3, what she's talking about.
Right.
You just because you only needed 1 don't mean you get to send back the other 2. That's sort of, to me, crooked because you bought it as a 3-pack.
Right.
And by the way, if you was smart, you'd keep it because you might need something if it goes out again. True. I mean, so that's just a simple fix
in the
issue.
drawer, the rest of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that, like I said, on the last thing, the floor mats, that really irritated me because that, to me, I feel like there is just blatant abuse. And you can even say something about the blatant abuse. You get the, and it gets old because, there is sellers being fair with buyers. That's true. But buyers also need to be considering, you need to be fair with the sellers because at the end of the day, that can make prices go up. Most of us seen with the almost inflation since COVID that things have almost raised 2 times or more. So, you want things to say current value price, do current things that make sense,
Exactly.
All right, let's go to the third one because these are easy questions and they're good questions.
Yeah, number 3, item hasn't arrived. Claims are going to be handled differently. When someone makes a claim that the item hasn't arrived, eBay puts you on the clock. The item either gets delivered or you have to issue a refund. eBay is now saying if someone files a claim that the item hasn't arrived and the seller gives a full refund, then the item gets delivered. eBay will reimburse the seller. While this is nice, I still feel that once I put the item in the mail, the issue is between the buyer, eBay, and the post office. But it's better than nothing, I guess.
Well, there's going to be a little bit of a slap back on this with a lot of other sellers or so-called sellers.
Right.
Some people will tell you, because I've had this issue faced me before, it's your job to provide customer service. If you watch one channel, sometimes they're so full of BS, your head will spin. They say, oh, that's your job to make sure they get it and provide customer service.
Shut off the unlock the shed.
Oh, I'll do that real quick. Go ahead, Daren.
Alexa, be quiet.
Alexa off.
That's our phone or our reminder.
Oh,
thing. Yeah. But I have a problem, and I don't have a problem giving good customer service. But I feel like when I'm paying the post office or UPS or FedEx or whoever it is, I feel like you're only able to do so much. If you get a product and there's somehow it's lost, remember we had lost in the mail issues the last 2 holiday seasons. It seems like almost from Halloween to, oh my goodness, February or March. I feel like there's only so much sellers can do. But at the same time, I get a buyer bought an item. They want the item. But if they open an I'm not received case, okay, here's the thing. I don't have a problem getting their money back as long as eBay keeps their word and covers us when and if they get the product, we get our money back. And I prefer that, honestly with you, they take it from the customer. But if eBay is going to cover it, that's fine with me too. I've literally had last year probably 3 or 4 items that I lost. It wasn't a week later. And sometimes you're just like, okay, conspiracy time. Do they work for the post office and just hold it till after they put this up? I don't know, right? But I mean, right after I got the refund taken against me, and I really don't know if that hurts me with eBay or not, because it sure seemed like it did, but they say it didn't. But when they took the money back, it wasn't a day on one item that they got the product in the mail the next day. Says item taken and received or delivered. Well, you turn that into eBay. I got ignored a couple of times with nothing even said to me. So I just got where it's like, okay, take it. But I'll tell you what, it did get frustrating. And people like that, depends on how many feedbacks they had and what my choice to do with them was. Because I did block one, because a lot of people I seen in the feedback was saying as soon as he got and didn't get his item for so long, next day he got it after filing this and I lost my money or what have you. But there's a lot of stories. I can tell you some horror stories that didn't happen with most. We did have one person take and say, hey, I got my item today. Here's the money. So you've got good, you've got bad. You guys know how it works with that. But these have been pretty good questions. And let me get off of here. But I'm going to ask Kathy as well what she thinks of that.
All right,
Hey, Benny, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that last?
I'm coming back.
Yeah,
Hello.
that last one, and then we'll get into Benny.
As far repeat me, because I just had
As
to
in the last question that we was asked by Stan or by oh my God. Old age, guys, it's happening, and pills are not helping.
He said it,
Yes.
not me.
But as far as items being not received, and then they file a dispute.
Right, so it's between the eBay and the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather it be between, at that point, the eBay, from between eBay and the buyer and the customer service after that fact, because it leaves our hands,
Right. Well, I do think another idea, and you guys later on that watch this in the evening can tell me if you think it's way off or not.
Right.
I think that once we ship an item out, as long as it has a valid tracking and you has done all you can do as a seller,
right,
that ought to do like fall on eBay, the site, because if they're going to give you your money back anyway, as they say, then shouldn't they just cut you out of and say, okay, you've done all you can do? If there's nothing just blows up in your face,
right,
or you didn't send a piece of garbage to a person, then we'll take care of it from here. Right. I mean, that's here, that's there, that's hit, that's missed. But I mean, what do you think? Let's see what Ben's saying here.
Did you read the first one?
No, I haven't got to none of it yet.
He says if eBay knows the item is in the mail and it's an eBay label and they're just going to have to reimburse us after it arrives, why doesn't eBay just refund the buyer out of their pocket first?
There you are. See, he was thinking right along that line, and thank you for reinforcing that. I'm sorry I didn't read what you said.
Yeah.
But
well, we had
that's where I fall into that mix right there, because to me, if they're going to give a refund, just deal with the buyer after the seller has shipped it off, and look, nobody wants anybody to be defrauded, as it was. But if it's out in Timbuktu land and the post office is having issues, which they've had for a couple of years,
right?
If eBay's going to cover it and it comes a few days later, they know. Why do we even got to do this song and dance? Hey, give me my money back. Because the last time, like I said, we had one that was like $80.
Yeah.
Now, depend on your returns on profit here. $80 can be a lot of money, if you're like some people I know that sit there and seemingly always get the $5 items and they sell them for $500. Okay, maybe you're not going to cry so much, but I mean, if you're getting the $500 held on you, it can be a lot of money, right?
Making a lot of profit with your item, it can be ridiculous.
All right.
Yeah, and like you said, it makes no sense that they're going to make us refund first, then after it arrives, reimburse us. It doesn't make sense.
Right. All right. What's the second comment?
No, that was the second comment.
No, right there.
Yep, that's the second comment. I just said it.
I guess it does.
I just said it.
All right. And what's that second one there?
I know. I
can't even see it.
You can't even see it. I read both of it here.
Okay.
We already got it covered there.
All right. Well, hey, that's good thoughts, good ideas. But pretty much this is what we have been facing the last little bit. The biggest thing that I am upset about currently, and I'm not rip roaring mad, guys. We've done this, like I said, a long time. Many of you have too. I'm upset about the fact that it seems like every time you think something's right at, hey, everything's going good, all of a sudden you get these out of the blue, and somebody can put this bogus, not as described thing.
Yep.
Never mind the fact they kept it for X amount of weeks, days,
mean the
and
abs
months.
Workout video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You know, what do you expect to get from an abs workout video?
I know, but if you've used it and it works beautifully, why would you put it as not as described?
Right.
If you want to return it, whatever, but don't put it as not as described.
Well, if you're going to return it, do you need 3 weeks of using it? Almost, 29 days. Do you need that long to figure out, hey, this ain't working for me?
Right.
I mean, I dare say, even though I'm going to have somebody, I'm sure, because I always get them, that's got no feedback on YouTube at all. But, they all know all about all and everything. But it's like, hey, just take it back and shut up. No, that's not the way it works. Fair is fair. Right. If it's been good for you for 29 days, hey, that's your baby.
Like, again, to me, that's not the thing. The return says not as described. Would only mean to me that the DVD doesn't work.
But the message says otherwise.
Right, but it says not as described just because they didn't like the workout. That for the seller isn't fair.
Well, you're assuming she didn't like the workout. She apparently liked it enough to keep it for 29 days.
I didn't assume it. She actually wrote that.
Well, that's what she said.
Right. But what I'm saying is it's not as described. They're going to make me pay for the label for her to send it back. Not fair.
And that's called highway ripoff. And we all know it because if you've kept it for 29 days, it is as described. Right. You used it. Right. You're bored with it, and you're trying to get something for nothing, doing rent a video for free. And that's all it is. But guys, I'm going to wrap it unless Kathy's got something else to say.
Hey, I'm thankful y'all are here.
Yeah,
we are going to get back to the What Sold videos. Tell us in the comments, too, what you think of the What Sold. We don't want to bore people. We do want to bring content that, that affects you, and so to speak, that can relate to what you do as a reseller. We want to make it happen. We don't want to be the kind of channel, as you may see other YouTube resellers might be, that are just there to sell something or, try to affiliate link something. Now, when we get bigger and bigger, if we have to do commercials or whatever to build the channel, we'll do it.
We'll do what we
and you guys know what that is. But we're here to just say, hey, we're with you. We're like you. We're here just to, help you provide content that helps you as well.
Right.
And
we want to be of value. Benny, I think, said something you can look at and see what he's
talking about. He said, unfortunately, there are some buyers that do rent items from sellers.
Yes.
Sad but true. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, I know, right?
That is I think, Ben, that's really what hits me the most. Look, I don't mind if there is a true problem with a product, that's on us to deal with it.
Absolutely.
But if you're just abusing a system, and I think what bugs me, I wouldn't have had a problem with the return.
No.
I don't like it, don't get me wrong.
Nobody does.
But I wouldn't have had a problem with the return if they would have at least been honest and paid for the return shipping. And I think we got enough.
He said, I sell on Amazon and it's 10 times worse on there. I bet it is.
I have heard. And actually, Ben, that's why we don't sell on Amazon. We've had friends that have done it, and they say, unless you want to be in for a world of hurt for a while, don't. And I think Amazon was wanting to limit what we could sell at the time.
They do for everybody.
Yeah. And so I was like,
painful.
no thanks. You keep your stuff, Bezos, and we'll move on. Thank you very much. We'll move on,
but I mean, it's not for everybody.
All right. Well, Kelly, wrap us.
We're wrapping already. Wow, it is over the half-hour time. But we plan on getting back to the What Sold. We promise. The weather's cooling down for us a little bit. Got the fall t-shirt on a little bit just to cool off. And
we're going to do more of these videos as well, guys, because we like the personal interaction. We really appreciate you, especially like Ben, when you're talking to us. We appreciate because you're giving us your viewpoint and what you're facing and your issues, whether we've had all the same issues, because nobody really does, but we have a lot of the crossing issues. So we really appreciate your input because that lets everyone know they're not alone.
They are not alone. And we'll mix it up too as well, guys, as far as that goes. Because, you know, I have had people say, you need to talk more about how to sell in Macari more. I've had people from the Whatnot resellers community say, hey, we need more Whatnot videos. So we'll try to do that a little bit. But yeah, definitely want to make sure that what we put out there in as far as content goes makes sense for y'all. Because we're just like you. We'll eat supper at night. We'll pull up YouTube. We'll look at a few reseller channels.
Yep,
we're with you. And then sometimes we shout at the TV. Hey!
And we do not claim, and he gave us another one, baby. You want to see what he says? But we do not claim to know all and be all, because we are not. We have made mistakes. We still make mistakes.
Every day we make mistakes. No, he said, I'll definitely spread the word that you guys are doing lives. Thank you, Ben.
I appreciate it, Ben. It really means a lot to me. And please forgive me for calling you that, but I just cut names off so I can just make a quick statement to whoever's on there.
Exactly. But yeah, so we want to make sure our content makes sense. Yep. That's basically it. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm boring people with saying we sold this, we sold that. You get a few people that say, hey, I just listened to you while I'm packing my packages or what have you, which is wonderful. Or some people say we, watch you at the dinner table after we get home from work before we have to do our eBay or Amazon. That's wonderful. So we're just trying to figure out what fits best. And then if we get more organized in our toy barn and our other storage area, we may do what eventually, some resellers do, take the camera, go out and find it without boring you too quickly and, showing you what it sold for, et cetera. Exactly. So we're just kind of trying to figure ourselves out.
We're feeling our way out. It's sort of not a midlife crisis, but it's almost like our channel's just started booming over the last couple of years. And, booming doesn't mean huge, but I mean growing for us. But guys, we're going to wrap it here. I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget, if you can, to share the word, give us a comment. We appreciate your comments here, Ben, especially, and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you again. Kathy, we're going to try to get some videos out about what's so, but we're going to do some more of these as well. We'll see you all later.
Bye-bye. It's Wednesday, right? Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.